Hello and welcome to Grammar Gallery once again. So I would like to extend my gratitude to all my viewers, to all my subscribers, especially to whom those have already subscribed and shared and commented my videos. So to watch such kind of more videos, so I would like to request all of you to just subscribe the channel. And a good news for all of you guys that the channel has got more than 160, means 160 plus the subscriber so far we got. So that's why I would like to ask you again to subscribe the channel. So hello and welcome again, the fourth video of the series. In Grammar Gallery, today's topic is tense. So I have seen my comment box a few times back, and I saw that some of my viewers who told me, or who in fact commented, that tenses would be a very perfect and very better way for the beginners. For that's why in today's video we are going to discuss about the tenses. But remember, for tenses we will make two part 1 and part 2. In part 1, the definition of tense, then the types of tenses, and at the same time a few examples of tenses. In the second part of video we will conclude the entire tenses, and I know that after the concluding of both the videos you will be able to know the tenses very easily. So before to start, so the definition is here. Look at tense. The tense refers the time. The tense refers the time. That means it shows the time, the present time, the past time and the future time. Present time means the time which is just going on or at the moment. Past time means the time it was already completed, and future time means the time which will come. So in this way, so the tenses, it is divided into three, namely present tense, past tense and future tense. And don't forget that each tense, it can be subdivided into four, namely simple present tense, then present continuous, present perfect continuous tense for present tense. In past tense we have got again simple past tense, past continuous tense, past perfect and future and past perfect continuous tense. And at the same time in future tense you will get simple future tense, future continuous tense, future perfect and future perfect continuous tense. So before to go through very deeply, let me talk in very simple way. As you know that tenses are called the backbone of English grammar. If a person who do not have any backbone, so he cannot walk or he cannot even move. So at the same time, tenses also called as the backbone of English grammar. If you know the tenses, then it is very easy for you to talk in English, or you can make the sentences very easy and interesting way. So before to know the various kind of tenses, let me discuss a very simple valid point. It is called, the question is, what are the important topics that you need to know the tenses? Number one, you need to know about the number in the sense singular and plural number. The second one, you must know about the person in the sense first person, second person and third person. First person means when I am talking about myself and ourself, that is called the first person. For second person, while we are talking about you and yourself. And the third person is, it will come he, she, it, they, name of any particular person. So that is called the third person. And the third main valid point, you need to know about the verb. If you know verb, action words, then these three are main part to know each and every part of tenses very easily. So in today's topic, in the first video, let me discuss about what is present tense and different kinds of present tenses or subdivision of a present tense. We'll start with number 1. Present tense. As the definition of tense is, tense shows the time. The present tense, the definition of present tense is, the present tense shows the present time. So in present tense we have got the first one, that is called the simple present tense. Simple present tense. So now, what is simple present tense and under which circumstances we can use such kind of sentences? So simple present tense means when the time of action is not fixed for universal action, number 2, and for number 3 sometime we can also show it for the future action. So these are the definition of simple present tense. Number 1 point is when the time of action is not fixed. Second one, for universal truth, and for the third one is especially for the future action as well. So before to go through deeply the examples, let's see the structure of simple present tense. Start with subject, then take V1 form, means V1 form. Let me show a very verb. We have 3 form of the verb, namely called V1, V2, V3, or you can also call as present form, past form and past participle. For example, if I take go, the past form will be went and past participle will be gone. Suppose if I take see, then in past form it will become saw, and here seen, V3 form. Remember, V1 it is also called the present form, V2 it is also called the past form of the verb, and V3 it is also called as the past participle form. Check out for few more examples, few more verbs. Read, read, read. Look at, the spellings are same but pronunciation must be different. For V1 you should read as read, this one is read, this is also read. So these are called the strong verbs. What happens if there is a few weak verbs like look? So V2 form is looked, this one also looked. There are few verbs which cannot be changed. For example, if it is cut, it will keep remain all the forms of the verbs in that way. So that's why I am talking about here. For simple present tense, first take subject, then V1 form, then object. And here you need to note a particular point. The note is if the subject is third person singular number, then add means to join, add s or es to the V1. V1 is also called main verb or first form of the verb. So, subject V1 then object, and the note, it should be very important here for simple present tense. If this subject is third person singular number, then add s or es to the main verb or V1 form of the verb. So, now take a look of a few examples. Suppose the example number 1 is here. I is the subject, then take any verb. If I take go, object is very simple for you guys. You can write here to school, you can write to market, you can also write to field, but these part of the sentence must be accurate. I go to school. If I take one more example, if I take you, again you need to take V1 form, and remember both of these are, this is first person and you is second person. So, that is why this note is not applicable in this case. Take here you see, this is subject, this is V1 form. Now, you can use any object that you like. You see the beautiful sight. Suppose if I take one more example here, if I take he, again take V1, go, but remember the note, it is said that if it is third person singular number, he is third person and at the same time it is singular number. That is why you should add es to the main verb go. He goes to school, to market, whatever it is. If I write here one more example, if I do write here they, then you need to take only go. They is third person, but it is not singular number. That is why go, the V1 form should be used here only. You cannot add here s or es. So, they go to market. So, these examples shows the simple present tense. And now, after simple present tense, we need to move forward, that is the present continuous tense. So, in today's class, we will totally involve very deeply with each and every part of the examples. So, let us see, start the second one. After simple present tense, we need to start with present continuous tense. The second part is present continuous tense. Before to start present continuous tense, first I will put here the structure. Start with subject, then take am, is, are. From here the auxiliary verb will be started. The second one is present continuous tense. In present continuous tense, what is the meaning of present continuous tense? Present continuous tense means the action which is going on now. So the action which is going on now, the structure is first start with subject, then take am, is, are. We have three options here, am, is, are. Then take V1 plus ing, then object. For singular number use is, for plural number use are. If the subject is I, use am. So take one or two example here. Number one example is I am, take V1 as go, then take ing, I am going to school. If I take one more example here, suppose if I take she, singular number, take is. Read is the V1 form, then take ing, and object like notes, books. If I take one more example, they, then take are. They are, then play is the V1 form, then ing, playing football. If I say they are playing, this is also right. It is not always necessary that you need to take the object. If I say they are playing, still it is a complete sentence. It gives the complete meaning. So come to the third one, that is present perfect tense. Present perfect tense. Let me start with the structure. In structures, start with subject. We have two auxiliaries here, namely has or have. Then for perfect tense, take V3 form of the verb and finally the object. Before to start the present perfect tense, what is the definition or the meaning of a present perfect tense? Perfect is, it says everything. Present perfect tense means the action which is just completed or the action which is completed now. That is called the present perfect tense. Structure, start with subject. We have two auxiliaries here, has and have. For singular number use has, for plural number use have, but don't forget if the subject is I and you, you need to use the auxiliary called have. So here then take V3 form and finally object. Take two examples here. If I take I, despite the fact that it is I, maybe it is singular number, but in perfect tense you need to use have. I have seen. The V3 form of see is seen. I have seen you. If I take one more example, look at the example here. Rama has. Why has here? Because Rama is singular number, use has. Rama has called. C-A-L-L-E-D. V3 form of call is called. Rama has called me. This is the object. So this is the way present perfect tense. The last one, in fact in present tense, that is present perfect continuous tense. Present perfect continuous tense. Let me write with this structure. Start with subject. We have two auxiliaries, namely has been, have been, plus V1 plus ing plus object. Now the question is, what is the meaning of present perfect continuous tense? In present perfect continuous tense, the action which has already started some time ago, or the action is already started some time ago, still going on, it is called present perfect continuous tense. So for the structure, start with subject, then we have got two, one is has been, another one is have been. For singular number, use has been, and for plural number, use have been, but if it is I and you, again use have been. Take example here. Number one example is, she has been playing cricket since morning. Look at the example. This is singular number. I have used here has been, V1 plus ing, cricket is object, and there is a particular thing, that is since or for. You need to use two things, since or for. I will show one more example here, that is, they have been reading books for 2 hours. Look here. That means I said the meaning of present perfect continuous tense, the action which is already started and still going on. This is called present perfect continuous tense. So the act of playing cricket has started since morning, I mean in morning, but still going on, it is called the present perfect continuous tense. So look at this example. So they, it is plural number, that's why we have used here have been. Read is the V1 form, then ing, and this is object, and we took here for 2 hours. So these are the 4 parts of present tense. So I hope you enjoyed these 4 kinds of present tenses, I mean subdivision of the present tenses. In the next video, we are going to discuss very deeply about past tense and future tense. So till then, take care of yourself, and if you still haven't subscribed the channel Grammar Gallery, it is my request again to all of you, just subscribe, and you can follow such kind of videos which are very helpful for you people, especially grammar, and you can use in 2 ways. One is to increase your skill of writing, and at the same time for spoken classes or spoken language. Till then, have a nice day.